Have you fallen for a scam? Hi, I'm Jeff, and this is Plain English, where we help you upgrade your English with stories. I almost fell for a scam last year. I didn't, but I almost did. This is episode 834 of Plain English, and it's all about how to use the English expression fall for. So you can find the full lesson and you can practice using fall for at plainenglish.com/834. It's so easy to fall for an internet scam. A while back, we did a story about passwords. I said, if just one person in a company falls for a phishing attack, then hackers can gain access to a company's sensitive data. Let me tell you, you do not want to be the person in the office who falls for a phishing scam. But you do want to be the person who knows how to use the expression fall for in English. So listen up and you'll be an expert on this expression. Before we start today's story, I'd just like to remind you that the podcast is just one part of how we can help you upgrade your English skills. At plainenglish.com, you can make faster progress with active learning strategies. You can take quizzes, do activities, listen to the fast version of the audio, watch video workshops, practice what you learn, and even join a live call with JR and me. It's all about helping you build your skills to become a better, more confident English speaker. Sound good? Go to plainenglish.com to start your free 14-day trial today. Now, let's jump into today's story. Today's English expression is a phrasal verb, fall for. If you fall for a trick or a scam, then you believe it's true and you become a victim of the trick or the scam. Earlier today, I was bemoaning the difficulties of using a password. We experience that every day as consumers. But your employer, university, or any large organization, they hate passwords for another reason. Users fall for phishing scams where a hacker tries to trick them into revealing their passwords. A phishing scam is when an outside person emails you pretending to be someone you trust. Then, building on that trust, they try to get you to reveal sensitive information like your password. The scammer could imitate a trusted brand like a bank or online service. It could also be someone imitating your company's IT department. Here's how a scam might go. You might get an official-looking email that appears to be from your own company's IT or HR department. They tell you that you have to fill out a mandatory form and you should start by entering your Windows password. If you fall for that scam, if you believe that scam and become a victim, then you might allow a hacker to access all your company's systems remotely. So don't fall for that. I mentioned earlier too about two-factor authentication. My bank, Chase, uses text messaging as the second authentication factor. So I log on with my password and they send a text message to my phone. I use the code in the text to prove that I'm me. But here's a common scam. Someone guesses your password and tries to log on as you. You get a text from the bank with the one-time code. Then the scammer calls you, pretending to be from your bank, and asks you for the code. A lot of people fall for that. They willingly give the code over the phone to a scammer. They believe the trick and become a victim. They fall for it. A few weeks ago, I mentioned the Tinder Swindler documentary on Netflix. It reminded me of lesson 375 when we talked about online dating scams. The documentary describes how one man tricked many women across Europe into sending him tens of thousands of euros. He used the money to fund a lavish lifestyle. Some people watched the documentary and asked themselves, how could these women have fallen for such a scheme? But as I watched it, I could absolutely understand how they fell for that scam. The swindler created an elaborate backstory and built up trust and credibility over several months. And the women were in love. They were generous and kind-hearted. And sadly, they fell for a scam. They believed the scam to be true, and they became the victims. Be careful out there. There are more scams than ever, online, offline, on your phone, in your WhatsApp, in your socials, everywhere you look. Don't fall for anything. This was episode 834 of Plain English. You can get more practice with today's expression, fall for, at plainenglish.com/834. We'll be back on Monday with a new story. See you then. Listen up if you speak Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, or Turkish. One of the most frustrating things about listening and reading in a second language is being confused by unfamiliar words or phrases. When you listen to Plain English, or when you read the transcript, you probably encounter some words you don't know. When that happens, you have a few options. You can stop the audio, go look up the definition, then return to the episode, find your place, and press play again, but that's exhausting. Or you can just skip it and be confused. That's no fun either. But what if you could see the translation of the word into your language instantly without having to stop the audio, without having to look anything up? Well, you can at plainenglish.com. For each episode, we translate about 100 words and phrases from English to 9 languages: Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, and Turkish. And we highlight those words in blue. All you have to do is hover your mouse over the highlighted word, and you'll see the translation instantly. It works great on mobile too. It really makes listening a lot more satisfying, and it's a great way to expand your vocabulary in English. The best way to see these translations is to sign up for a free 14-day trial at plainenglish.com. During your trial, you can read as many transcripts as you like, all with the translations into your language. So sign up for your free trial today at plainenglish.com.